I'm Daniel with Equality Texas, and this is the legislative update for Friday, April 17th, the 95th day of the Texas Legislature's 140-day regular session. We are getting toward the end of session with only 45 days left, and this is where things start to get really busy. On Monday, hundreds of Texans from around the state came to Austin for Freedom Advocacy Day. Many thanks to our partners at Texas Freedom Network, Gala North Texas, and HRC for making Freedom Day such a success. On Tuesday, the Senate passed HB 1, which creates the budget for the state of Texas for the next 2 years. When the bill was in the House, an amendment reduced funding for HIV/STD prevention programs by $3 million. The Senate version of the bill put the money back. On Wednesday, Representative Rafael Anchia of Dallas gave an impassioned speech on the House floor about the need to equalize access to supplementary birth certificates for Texas kids with 2 moms or 2 dads. Following the speech, the chair of the powerful House State Affairs Committee, Byron Cook, expressed his support for the bill on the floor. That's a major step forward for Anchia's legislation, and we're hopeful it's going to mean the bill will soon move. Also on Wednesday, we braced for 2 hearings on anti-LGBT bills. One, HB 3864 by Sanford, was heard in the House Juvenile Justice and Family Matters Committee. The bill creates an Indiana-style license to discriminate for child welfare service providers. Dozens of organizations representing child welfare professionals expressed their concerns about HB 3864 to the committee, including the Texas chapter of the National Association of Social Workers, Texans Care for Children, and CASA of Texas. The bill is currently pending in committee and could advance. We'll be watching this bill very carefully. The other anti-LGBT bill we were prepared to fight in committee on Wednesday, HB 2801 by Pena, was pulled from consideration in the State Affairs Committee. HB 2801 encourages the harassment and bullying of transgender youth in our schools. The bill forces school districts to assume students' biological sex and restricts access to gender-segregated spaces such as restrooms based on that assumption. Transgender students without supportive parents are without recourse under HB 2801. Non-transgender students could sue the school district for up to $2,000 if they catch a trans kid in a restroom. 85% of Texas's transgender students currently experience harassment at school. HB 2801 places a bounty on those students, creating state-sponsored bullying. Fortunately, the bill was not heard on Wednesday. It was withdrawn from consideration. But capital scuttlebutt is that it will likely be back next Wednesday. You can contact the members of the State Affairs Committee in opposition to HB 2801 using our Action Center. We'll put the link in the show notes. On Thursday, the House passed HB 679. The bill would conduct a study of homeless youth in Texas, seeking information on the scope of the problem and potential untapped funding sources. Up to 40% of homeless youth are LGBT, and this legislation would go a long way toward assisting this vulnerable population. The bill is now headed to the Senate. You can use our Action Center to contact your state senator in support of the bill, and we'll put that link in the notes as well. Next week, the House will likely choose not to accept the Senate's changes to HB 1, the state budget, sending the bill into what's called a conference committee, composed of members of both chambers who will have to hash out a compromise. It's that conference committee that will set the final budget for HIV/STD prevention programs. HB 2801, the bathroom bounty bill, will likely be back in the House State Affairs Committee on Wednesday. We're also hopeful that the State Affairs Committee will take action on HB 537, Representative Anchia's supplementary birth certificate bill. You can contact your state rep in support of the bill using our Action Center, and yeah, we'll put that one in the notes too. Join us next week in Tyler on Thursday, April 23rd for a message training on marriage. In Austin on April 26th and 27th for the Trans Texas Caucus and Lobby Day, and in San Antonio on May 17th for the Spirit of Texas Brunch. More information on these and other events is available at equalitytexas.org. Until next week, I'm Daniel Williams with Equality Texas.